with your host, Brooke, aka Shiggy, and Brooke. Woo, she's back.
What's up, y'all? I'm back.
Thank God. Missed you, buddy. All right. So I caught Brooke up to speed with our new segment, the Beast and Bus. So I'm going to run through them really quick. So we got our Beast of the Week, Brianna Jones, 39 fantasy points. We got Alyssa Thomas, 43 fantasy points. Nafisa Collier, 41 fantasy points. And then Brianna Stewart, 46 fantasy points. And then your girl, Satu Sabli, 48 fantasy points. Bro, she is going off. Have you seen her freaking fantasy points she's getting you, bro?
Have I seen her? Yes. She's the only one that I have right now that's even getting me close to some of these fantasy points, dude. Y'all, you guys, Shiggy even texted me last week and was like, good choice with Satu. Like,
For
your
real.
girl's on fire. And I was like, y'all slept on her.
For real. It's like 40 fantasy points a game. Like, she's going off right now. And then for our bus, we got Crystal Dangerfield. I mean, she had a hot little start for a second, but man, she only scored 11 fantasy points the last game. Dewana Bonner, your other girl.
Dude, yeah, and I think I dropped her, to be completely honest with you. I don't remember. I dropped somebody, and I think it might have been her. Maybe I stuck her out. I'm going to check real fast.
I think you did. But she did end up scoring like 26 fantasy points last night, so you should be good. But she went on like a 14 fantasy point game, and I was like, that's not Dewana. Come on, Dewana. And then Elizabeth Williams, she had a hot start with 32 and 23 fantasy points, but then, man, these last couple games, 17, 9, and 15, might be time to let her go. And then back to our standout rookies. We obviously got Aaliyah Boston back at the top. Bro, have you seen Aaliyah Boston's numbers?
Dude,
insane.
Honestly, like, I'm shocked.
Yeah, she's like dominating for real. So she had a 33 fantasy point game. Haley Jones, Brooke. She's here. Haley Jones, 23 fantasy points in her last game. I'm telling you, she just needed some time.
One, just checked my fantasy team. I still have Bonner.
Okay.
2, you're kicking my ass already. And 3, I will say, Haley Jones and Aaliyah Boston, I'm shocked. Like, we knew Aaliyah Boston was gonna be, fine. Yeah. I didn't think it'd be this fast, but like, yeah, I'm shocked by Haley Jones.
Yeah. And then Dorka Uhas got her first start, 22 fantasy points. So good for Dorka. So into our news and notes. So for any of you who are Tierra McCowan managers like myself, she is going overseas for a month. Damn. So luckily she's out on the ESPN fantasy app, so put her in your IR spot and pick up someone else. I know it's been frustrating. With that said, Dallas signed Kalani Brown. She had a 24 fantasy point game. Might want to pick her up. I know she's playing right now because right now it's Friday, so it's June 2nd. So this will come out on Monday. So that's why I don't know too much about Kalani Brown. But someone to look out for. Johannes is back. She looks good. She's on a minute restriction, but she was back today. She played. Shea Petty's also back for Phoenix. That'll be an interesting one. And then obviously your rookie of the month was Aaliyah Boston. I know Diamond was playing good till she got hurt. Did you hear she got hurt?
Dude, okay, listen, you guys. I'm not going to lie. It's softball season. We got the World Series going on. I got a lot going on with my own shit, so I'm not paying attention to basketball yet, a little bit here and there, but right now it's World Series, so no, honestly, I'm really upset that she got hurt. This is news to me.
Yeah, it's a hard time for us. It's in the middle of softball season. We love watching the World Series, so we juggle it, but yeah, so Diamond got hurt. It sucks. She's on my team, but Eastern Conference Player of the Month, obviously, was Brianna Stewart. She was averaging 25 points a game. Come on now. And then the Western Conference Player of the Month was Enrique. I mean, she was on fire, too. Yeah. This one was interesting. Coach Lamont with Stephanie Smith from Connecticut. The Aces are undefeated, okay? It should be Becky.
Yeah, but Becky wasn't there for 2 games. Come on now.
You're right. I didn't think of that. All right, you're right. This is why we're on the pod together, okay?
And you know what? I haven't watched anything, so I do know that.
There you go. That's because you're a true Aces fan.
I am.
All right. All right, we're going to get into the matchups. We're going to do it a little different this time. I'll break down all the matchups on the screen so you guys can see what time they're playing and where you can watch the games. But me and Brooke are going to go back and forth about the teams and like injuries, the waiver wire pickups like we did last time, and then any notes we want to talk about concerning the team. So I'll start off first with the Atlanta Dream. So the only injury is Danielle Robinson, but we knew about that. She had knee surgery. She's expected to return after All-Star weekend, so we don't have to worry about that for right now. Waiver wire pickups are pretty much the same. Got Ari McDonald. If she's still there, she probably isn't. And Nia Coffey, she just started tonight, actually, so you might want to look out for that. Monique Billings is like kind of one of those, maybe you might want to plug her in if you have no one else to plug in. And then Haley Jones, I would say just watch to see how she progresses. She had that one good fantasy game, but they were also blowing out Chicago. So just keep that name on your board. Honestly, Atlanta against Chicago, they look like the team I thought they would be. Remember I said they were going to be a sleeper? But they had a couple of games. It wasn't looking good. I think they're still trying to get in rhythm with Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard and just trying to get those two working together. But I'm excited to see what Atlanta does. I mean, they're playing the Aces right now, but they're losing. So I don't see them winning this game, but that's a biased opinion, as always.
Yeah, well, the Aces also came out hella strong. So yeah, pretty hard to beat them. Honestly, Chicago Sky started out a lot better than I thought they were going to. Like, I'm low-key shocked, but I'm also kind of like a low-key hurt because I don't want them to do that good. But I mean, injuries to watch out for. Rebecca Gardner, she's probably out the entire season, has, foot surgery. It's pretty hard to come back from that one. You got Morgan Birch. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. She's walking in a boot, might be out for at least 1 to 2 weeks. And then probably another week, training, getting back into it. And then Isabella Harrison isn't expected to return anytime soon after knee surgery. If you're an athlete or have been around athletes, knee surgery sucks and it's going to take a long time for that one. However, some waiver wire pickups. You got, is it Alana or Elena? That one's tough. It's like an Ashley. How do you spell that name? EIG or L-E-Y?
Oh, man, no.
Woo! We got to get into that one. That's a whole rant.
Yeah.
But she's averaging 18, almost 19 points. Had quite a decent amount of playing time. And then you got Dana Evans, who's going to come in with about 17 points, be a little bit of a sleeper, help get you some points for the week. And Sika Cone, 17 fantasy points. Those are fairly good waiver wire pickups, but just make sure you, take a look at who you have from Chicago. Christine is leaving. She's going to go miss 6 to 8 weeks to go to Euro basketball. We got the injuries. You got Dana Evans, who's going to get more playing time. So if she is not on any of your fantasy league teams, probably pick her up right now. You got Smith, who's going to continue to start, which is going to be good. Chicago does look tough. I mean, they're only 3-3, but that's a pretty good start for losing some huge players in the offseason. And then, I don't know, injuries and lack of depth is going to start hurting them here soon. But I think they're just running on a high of banding together and being kind of that underdog mentality right now.
Honestly, Chicago's scrappy, bro. I just watched them play. They almost lost Kalia Copper to injury. She twisted her ankle super bad. Hey, but I saw you picked up Dana Evans. That was a good pickup. She got you some good points the other day, actually.
Dude, and I waited. If you guys take a look at our chat, you got Shigs, you got, Meg, her dad. Everybody was in and out of players, in and out. And I'm like, what am I missing, dude? What am I missing? And then I was like, I need somebody else. I don't remember who I traded, but I was like, they're not doing the job. And I waited for 3 days. I was going in and out, looking at things. And I'm like, I'm really glad I picked her up. So
dude, that was a good one. And I picked up Alana Smith to play today against you. Sorry. She scored 33 fantasy points, bro. I was shocked. I was like, great pickup.
I will probably end up last in this league. So
look at Brendan. That boy is going to end up
I'm pretty sure Brendan's score last week still beat mine. So
no, he got 300. No, he got 500 fantasy points total, and you had at least 700. He said, "This is embarrassing." I was like, "Yeah, you messed up, bro."
Yeah.
All right, over to Connecticut. No injuries to report. The only two waiver wire pickups I'm looking at are Rebecca Allen and Olivia Nelson-Adota, but really they're only scoring around 9 fantasy points. I'm not touching anyone except their starters. They play their starters. They run them to the ground unless they are in foul trouble. So their lack of depth is really gonna, I think, hurt them in the long run, even though they are 5-1 right now. But they look solid. Connecticut doesn't look like they miss Jonquil at all. And Tiffany Hayes, I don't know. I would say she's a waiver wire pickup, but I think she was drafted by, many teams. But she stepped up, since they lost Courtney Williams and Alyssa Thomas. I mean, man, I think she might be MVP, early MVP consideration. she is playing super well. She took over this team. So I'm excited to see Connecticut and Las Vegas play. They played next week sometime. So I'm excited to see them play each other. It'll be a good matchup. Good rematch.
Hopping over to Indiana. I mean, they're starting off a little bit more disappointed than I wanted them to, of course, but they're young, you guys. They're young.
Mm-hmm.
Give it some time. Victoria Vivian, she twisted her ankle. I mean, there's no update, so hopefully that's just a simple fix. Some waiver wire pickups though. You got Erica Wheeler. She's averaging about 13 points. Christy Wallace 14, and then Queen as well 14. Nothing super great there.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out. I mean, I think here soon you'll start seeing some more people kind of take away. I mean, Aaliyah Boston, she's for sure. If she's not the franchise player, then Indiana.
Oh yeah.
They're screwed. But I mean, they got their first win against Atlanta, which is awesome because that's a pretty good team.
It is.
Starting off, it's a pretty good team. So good win there. And then honestly, like give it some time, and I think by the end of the season they're gonna be a good contender.
Yeah. Their future is bright. Aaliyah Boston really helps them out a lot. It's helping out a lot of players around them.
Yeah.
All right, over to New York Liberty. No injuries to report. Waiver wire pickup. We got Kayla Thornton. She comes off the bench, averaging about like 14 fantasy points a game. They got Johannes back, so I'm curious to see if she kind of, ruins that. I don't know. I think she's going to ruin a lot of things fantasy-wise. She's going to help New York tremendously. But yeah, I mean, Benijah, we already saw that she's getting overshadowed. I mean, Brianna Stewart took over this team. I mean, she's even kind of affecting Sabrina a little bit. I don't know if you saw that. Sabrina went like 0 for something today. Like 0 for 5.
I didn't.
Like she didn't have any points. Yeah, she didn't have any points going into like the third. It was crazy.
Well, she needs to figure it out because she's on my team.
But yeah, so I mean, Jonquel, she's not as productive as we thought she was, but she's coming off the foot injury, so she's still on minute restriction. I mean, as much talent as New York has, I still think they're trying to figure out the flow. Like, I still think they're trying to build chemistry, and with Johannes coming back, that's another piece they need to work in. But man, Johannes and Courtney Vandersloot, I mean, probably arguably two of the best passers in the league. It's going to be interesting when they get more games under their belts together. But New York, I mean, they're a contender. Kayla Thornton, like I said, is a waiver wire pickup. Benijah, y'all can drop. I'm sorry. She did do good today, though, which just sucks. But she's going to be up and down, so don't depend on her like I thought we could.
You know what? Give her some time. I'm not going to go back
to
my word yet with Benijah.
I know, man.
Pick it up there, girl. Pick it up. Washington Mystics, Elena Deladon, where are you at? All this talk. I mean, they are 2 for 2. They're going to come out and swing for sure. But injuries, you got Allen out with a kneecap injury. A lot of knee injuries. Ladies, take care of your knees, please.
Yeah.
Waiver wire pickups, you got Tiana Hawkins. So 12.5 points, nothing crazy. It's Atkins and Cloud. They got to be more consistent. They have a lot of big name people, but they're not doing big things yet. So, I mean, they're at 500, 2-2 on the season so far. So give them some time. I think they'll kind of wrap up, once we get going more. But I don't know. I mean, you have like a team who's older and has some, a lot of talent. And then you have like New York who's younger and has a lot of talent, and like how both of it can be just negative if there's too much talent on one team. So I'm intrigued by Washington. Hopefully they pick it up here this week.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, Deladon's actually been doing pretty good. But like Shakira Austin, baby, that girl is doing hecka good too. I mean, those are the only 2 bright spots for Washington right now. Their guards, I expected more. But like you said, hopefully they pick it up and they'll show us a little something later in the season.
A little something.
A little something. Oh, I don't want to go over. I mean, like, I don't want to miss Sykes. Sykes is doing really well for Washington as well. So she's probably the one bright spot for their guards. But Dallas, moving over to Dallas. Oh my God, I feel so bad. So many injuries. You got Diamond DeShields expected to miss 3 months. Then you got McCowan leaving for whatever. What did I say? Like a whole month, all of June. Yeah, it sucks. So basically, I looked at how many minutes Arike, Natasha Howard, and Satu Sabli played. Bro, they averaged like 40 minutes. Like, dude, how can you do that the whole season? Like, they're gonna need to bring in like people into rotation. A couple people. They already started with Crystal Dangerfield. But like I said, she's going to be up and down. Right now, she's only averaging about 16.5 fantasy points per game. Really look at Kalani Brown. She's going to be there for the rest of the season. They signed her with McCowan out. They're going to get her in the rotation more. So just look out for her. And then Veronica Burton, she's a guard, 17 fantasy points per game. She's going to be helping out Enrique, but like I said, they depend on their starters a lot. No one's really coming off the bench to save them. So these girls are playing minutes, and I don't know if that's going to lead to burnout. Like, could you imagine playing 40 games, averaging 40 minutes? Like, that sounds terrible.
That sounds like some NCAA college bullshit.
For real. But, I mean, Dallas is still getting it done. I mean, they're still winning games, so, hey, hats off to them. But yeah. I'm curious to see how long that lasts, honestly.
Yeah, no, I mean, Dallas is one to watch right now, honestly. They really are. I mean, you gotta go to your reigning champs. You got the Aces who are dominating the field right now. I mean, Williams is still out, but even with that, they had just like, I don't know, their chemistry is just fire. It's what's carrying them, honestly. Alicia Clark, huge. Honestly, I'm ready to grab her on my team. Like, she's
on mine.
I know.
I picked her up recently.
To, like, do some trades or something here. She's only scored about 15.5 points, but like,
it's steady.
Kia Stokes, watch out, kid. You're not going to be playing here much too longer if Clark is, coming in strong. But you got Belle as well. Once she gets a little bit more playing time, a huge player to watch. You can get anybody on the Aces team, and you're honestly going to do just fine.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, you got Candace, you got Asia, freaking Jackie Young.
Oh my God. Off, yes, bro.
She's taken off. And honestly, I think, who is it? Brendan's friend has her, I think.
Oh,
Jackie
Carson.
Young.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that's the only reason he beat me last week is because he had freaking Jackie Young.
She went off. Yes.
Jackie Young is honestly, in my opinion, doing even better than Chelsea Gray. Like,
oh yeah.
Jackie Young is like, it's amazing, dude. And honestly, like, their next big test is going to be Connecticut, but the Aces, dude, the Aces are on fucking fire.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see them continue because they're having themselves a season, and it's every single person is doing something, and that's the way you play. Is everybody's got a job to do.
Yeah, and that's what you can see. Everyone knows their role, so that's awesome that they're. But man, Jackie Young, go off, Jackie Young. No one more deserving.
No, I agree.
Okay, on to the LA Sparks. Okay, injuries. Jasmine Thomas out. She's working back into contact drills. So she was coming back off from an ACL injury, so I think they're just working her back in. And then Azrae Stevens still out with a back injury. That sucks. I really wanted to see her play this year. But 2 waiver wire pickups that if they're there, pick them up and play them. They're going to get you some points. Jordan Canada averaging about 23.5 fantasy points. She was out last game because she was sick. And then Clarendon, 19.5 fantasy points per game. I believe they were both out because they were sick. Like, all of LA got sick the last couple of games, so that was weird. But yeah, I'm curious to see how they do all back together and healthy. They did give the Aces a run for their money in the first half of their first matchup, and I was like, dang, okay. So it was kind of cool to see that. So, I mean, LA could be a little, dark horse. They could be a little sleeper, earlier than you thought. You said next year, but hey, they might string a couple wins together this season.
Dang, I'm for it. I don't know why I'm so for the Sparks, but I'm for it. Like, it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. But yeah, LA, I mean, it's kind of hard to trust anyone on LA. I mean, they're all guards and they're all going to be up and down. But you picked up Chene for me. I was going to pick her up and you did it. You beat me to it. That's what I was going to talk to you about here.
She was one that I was also sitting on, like, do I do it? Like, yeah. She's not her sisters, but like, she's still good. Do I do it? And then I was like, Brooke, just do it. And
that was a good one. That's a good one. Besides the 2 sisters, I mean, it's kind of hard for anyone dependable. I know Lexi Brown had a couple good games, but the guards are going to go back and forth with who dominates. So just pick them up and hope for the best.
Hey, that's kind of like how you had to do with Minnesota Lynx, honestly.
Oh my God. This is going to be a rant when you're done, but you go ahead. Because I'm over Minnesota.
You guys all know how I feel about them. I want them to succeed, okay? No. I'm huge on it. I want them to do good, but you can't do good when you're not winning any games, okay?
Yeah.
Come on now, pick it up. But I mean, like, Diamond Miller, I need you to get back on the court because I have a lot of faith in you to come back and take take it home, sister, take it home. Yeah. So she is out for a little bit, sprained ankle, which if you've ever hurt your ankle, you'd rather it be broken than sprained. So let's hope, fingers crossed, that that's sooner versus later.
Yeah.
But waiver wire pickups, you got Tiffany Mitchell doing 20 points, and then you got Dorka, which Dorka might be a nice little sleeper pickup. If she keeps doing well, might be a good, but we'll see. It's also very hard, just like LA, to trust anybody on the Lynx. Diamond Miller, like her injury, it just make it very difficult. She had some stellar moves here in the preseason and like starting off, so I'm a little sad. Reeve, doesn't have a distinct rotation, and it's definitely showing, hurting them a lot. But definitely, like, if you're gonna pick up a Minnesota player, like, pick them up and then drop them. Like, pick them up for a certain matchup and then leave them. Like, don't, even if they do good that game, do not get your hopes up yet. Like, later in the season, you can call us out. I'll be the first one to call myself out on that one. But just be careful on it. Like, just let them write it out, figure it out, and then they can come back strong.
I agree. I don't know what their coach is doing. Why do you hate Aerial Powers? That's what I want to know. Why do you hate her? I just want to know. Like, that's wwhy Dorka got the start, because she hates her. No, I'm just like,
you heard it here first.
Yeah, this is why the Aerial Powers is sitting. No, I'm just saying. But it is weird. They don't really they don't have a rotation at all. Like, I picked up Bantam just to have a player and hoping for the best, and like, it was like this weirdest rotation with her and Lindsay Allen, and then they wouldn't play Aerial Powers, and they put her in for 2 minutes, and I'm just like, man, come on, like, let's get something started, because it's like, obviously it's not working. You haven't won one game. Obviously you can tell that I am disgusted.
You should put like rant here.
Yeah, I'm gonna put why I hate Minnesota. That's gonna be the title of this video. But for real,
Aerial Powers hated.
Like... Yeah. I'm gonna say Cheryl Reeves hates Aerial Powers. Explained. That's what this video is gonna be called. But yeah, obviously, I mean, I talked about it last video. It's insane. I don't know. Don't trust anyone on Minnesota. I mean, except some of the starters, but yeah, it's a wrap. Call the season. No, I'm just like, all right. Phoenix Mercury. Injury is still the same. Skylar Diggins on maternity leave. Waiver wire pickups are still the same too, I believe. I think we went over Suggs Sutton and then Michaela the last video. But if they're still there, they're still on our waiver, or Michaela's still on our waiver wire, which I just told you about. So congrats. No, I'm just saying.
Thank you.
Yeah, but just look out for their names if they are still there. And then Phoenix gets Shea Petty back, so that might actually hurt Suggs Sutton. So keep an eye out on that. But she's coming back from Achilles injury, so I mean, it's gonna take her some time to get back into the groove of things. And then they just need to play more together to get in the rhythm. Like, Phoenix has showed spurts of being, good. Oh my god, we talked about Diana Taurasi, bro, because she was on our Beast last video, and I was like, man, Brooke was gonna hate this. She went off last, and I was like, all right, Diana, you're still her.
No, I know. And honestly, like, I'm getting to the point where I'm like, all right, we're getting in the season a little bit, she's getting older, like, there's an end, something where I'm like, I'm ready to, in a heartbeat with her, of like, who I'm looking at guards all the time. I'm even like, okay, who can I, like, if I trade, who can I, like, go after? I'm like, at the drop of a dime, Diana. Drop of a dime.
Don't mess up, Diana. Even though she's been killing it, like, every game.
I Instagram message her, hey, I need you to do good.
Yeah.
Stretch.
Hey, honestly, you could probably trade Diana for something. That's what we should go over. Who to trade and who to trade people for.
And how to trade.
Yeah, we're going to work on that. Next episode, we're going to have something on that.
Next week.
Yeah. All right.
But last team is Seattle. A little personal bias here, but I love that they're 0-3. I mean, they're hurting without Sue Bird. I say that, but then I have Ezzy on my team, and Ezzy's popping off.
I was gonna say Ezzy's doing really good.
Ezzy is popping off. So, all you haters who, like, you thought that would be a bad pickup, what now? Ezzy's doing good. No injuries to report, thankfully. And honestly, like, I guess waiver wire, you got Kia Nurse, Jordan Horston, Mercedes Russell, but they're not, I mean, they're, the highest is Mercedes at barely almost 17 points. Like, and it's all right, but they're really running the back of Jewel Lloyd and Ezzy, which I think is going to, start taking a turn more here soon. Just like you said earlier, like 40 games at 40 minutes, that's a lot. And they're not playing like one game and then a week break like soccer does, right? They're doing multiple games in a week. So it's gonna be a long season for Seattle, but we knew that they're in their rebuild year. They lost Sue Bird, they lost what's her face over at New York. So they're in a dude, names are hard. Stewart. You guys leave me alone. They're in a huge rebuild year.
Yeah, it's hard to trust these teams that are kind of winless because they only have a couple players that you can really depend on. So
yeah,
we're really reaching deep with some of these names, okay? But we're trying to help you because I've used some of these names, okay? Because I needed to fill in some spots. All right,
I'm literally, you guys. If you go into our chat, there's no words that are said. It's like Shiggy ad drop and Megan ad drop. Shiggy's dad ad drop. Yeah, it's just those three.
Every
no
day,
else is doing anything.
Every day. We're out here to win championships, okay?
Ridiculous.
End it. I know we had talked about this in previous videos. We just never got around to it. We want to review the Las Vegas Aces Stadium. And I'm talking about from the food to the seats to the fans. We're just going to give you some insight. Hopefully, do you have some videos from the night? Because I was looking at mine. They are atrocious. They are like, really? This is what you got from your whole experience?
I could probably send you some. I mean, I think honestly most of it's like us drunk and hyped.
Yeah. That's what I was,
we got to go over and set the scene though, So when we went to the Aces Stadium, right? First of all, I'm busy. The rarity that I can sit and do even this podcast is like slim to none, you guys. So what happened was Shiggy, for her birthday's in August, right? So if any Virgos are out there, Shiggy's your Virgo girl right here. So I think we were texting in like July. All right, what are you doing for your birthday? I need to block that weekend off for you. Whatever. She goes, we're gonna go to Vegas and we're gonna go to an Aces game. And I'm like, ooh, I can't do a weekend. Like, you can't get a weekend for me to go to Vegas. However, she got me on a day trip. So Shiggy's down there celebrating her birthday. I come in on the day trip and they bought the tickets. I sent her money. It was fabulous. I didn't do anything. I just showed up.
Yeah.
So what had happened was it was a 4:00 game.
Yeah.
So I was stressed already. I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna do a day trip, how do I get back to the Bay Area in a day? If the game's at 4, I'm gonna have to hustle. Well, it got moved to 12. And we were like, beautiful. That works even better. Okay. Yeah. I got the early flight out of the Bay and the later flight back into the Bay. All good and dandy, right? I go through TSA, have my mimosa. It's great. It's a wonderful time. Boom, my phone lights up. Your flight is delayed. And I'm like, and this is when all flights are getting canceled and delayed.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Scary. It was scary. So I'm like, no, like, are you kidding me, right? So then we were messaging back and forth. It's like 9 a.m. and we're like, oh my God. Well, it might even be 8 a.m., honestly.
Yeah.
And so we just throw it on our social media, on our Instagram. First of all, people were invested. Yes, invested. So then we got delayed because this was the same day there was the shooter at the Vegas airport. That's why they had clear TSA and then everybody go back in. So all flights were delayed. You guys, then they don't change the monitors at the airport. So it says I'm going to Chicago. I'm nervous. I texted her and I was like, I don't know where I'm going to land. So if I see you in an hour, great. If I don't, whatever. I land, okay? I land in Vegas. The stadium or the Aces stadium is inside Mandalay Bay.
Yeah, Mandalay Bay.
Inside it, which is only 1.5 miles from the airport.
Not far.
Okay. So I'm like, do I run? Do I run the 1.5 miles? I can make it in 20 minutes for sure. 20 minutes easy if I run. Do I find a taxi because it's Vegas?
Yeah.
Do I Uber? Like I'm sprinting through the airport, you guys, on the phone with her Shiggy of like, where do I go for this Uber? Anyways, long story short, I made it with like a little bit of time to spare.
Yeah. Literally right before tip off.
Running.
Yeah, it was insane. It made the day better though, because we enjoyed it. It was like probably one of the best experiences. Hands down, best birthday ever. But yeah, our seats, let me start with the seats, because these seats, right, they're good because you're right by the tunnel and all the players go. You're right next to the player. It is hard to see if you're short, because I'm short. It is hard to see. I don't know about you because you were a little taller than me. But from my angle, like I could see the opposite side of the court. I just couldn't see really close side. I'm gonna have to. I'll put a video so y'all can see what I was looking at, because I for sure have a video of that. But let me tell you, you got to see all the players run right by you, like inches. Okay, so Kelsey Plum's always been my favorite player. We made these signs. You've seen the pictures, people. We're on their Instagram, okay?
And YouTube. We're on the YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're featured on the Aces documentary.
Make sure you put all this up on the thing.
I am. This will be in the description down below.
Tag the Aces in the comments, please. Bro.
Thank you, Aces. You know, we appreciated that moment. So, anywho, we're holding our signs. First of all, we got on the jumbo. What do they call it? The jumbotron thing.
The jumbotron.
We got on there. Then Kelsey Plum sees us, points at us, says, "I'll be back," and she kept her promise. Obviously, because I have her signed jersey. But let me tell you, that was the best moment of my entire life. She's the coolest person. Like, she really just came out to us. She was looking for me. She was looking for us, huh? Looking for us, and she was like, "Oh, there you go. Sign my jersey."
You guys. We I can't even talk. I'm so excited.
I know. It's a great time. No,
like Shiggy, I come right, and Shiggy's like, "I already talked to her. She's coming." Then Shiggy's on her the whole warm up, and I'm like, "Bro, stop!"
I also had a little drink in me. Okay?
Trust her. She's gonna come. She's gonna come.
Yeah.
So then the game, right? At one point, I looked around. We're the only two standing in the
whole game.
Guys. The game. We stood hyped. Okay, the only time we sat down was halftime, and it was to eat and drink more. That was it. So then at the end of the game, Kelsey's coming, right? And she like sees some fans, and then all of a sudden we're like, "Kelsey!"
Yeah.
She literally
said, "Forget those fans."
Taked us, walked away from them to come over, take a picture, sign the jersey, dude.
Yeah.
Shout out Kelsey Plum. Shout out you, girl.
The best part is she winked at me, right, Brooke?
She did.
Thank you.
She's got a great smile for playing a whole basketball game. It's great.
Fabulous. Okay, so that was that experience. But let's go with the
wait. The experience is not done. Okay.
No. I was gonna go to food. Okay, but what were you gonna say?
No, the experience is not done because we got hers. Dude, I'm wearing Asia Wilson's jersey.
Yeah.
Guess who got Asia Wilson's signature?
We did get Asia
Wilson's
signature.
Dude, we got both our jerseys signed. She got Kelsey's, I got Asia's. Dude, we were hyped. There's literally a video. It's very distorted, so we may or may not play it.
Yeah.
We both get our signed, and we're jumping like kids with our jerseys,
children.
And we like hugged each other.
Yeah. It's honestly kind of embarrassing, but we're not going to tell you our ages. We're just going to let you assume. But but no, for real. And I didn't think we were going to get Asia Wilson's signature.
Dude,
she was kind of like walking
not
away.
Having it. Asia, you want to be around a player who's locked in and focused.
Asia
Wilson.
Oh
dude,
my god,
she doesn't bat an eye.
No, and I was kind of like scared, but then
me too. She made me scared. I was like, oh my god, thank you. Like, but I got a smirk out of her because I was like, do your thing, girl. You're MVP. Like, blah blah. I was like hyping her up, and she smirked at me, and I was like.
I know she was locked in. You know, I just think that's how she looks, and like she came over and signed your jersey, so like
we respect it. We respect it.
We know. But food wise, I kind of don't really remember it. Drinks were amazing. The drinks were
fire. We're in Vegas. Drinks are good.
I know. I wasn't expecting anything less. So drinks, get them at the Ace Stadium. The food, I can't really remember. I think the chicken tenders were pretty fire though.
We did enjoy the chicken tenders. I have a video of us eating the food.
Okay,
the chicken tenders were good.
Send me that.
By the time we got to the pretzel, it was a little cold and hard.
Yeah.
But you know what? I can tell you right now, we had minimal food and lots of drinks. So it didn't matter what we were eating at that point.
Yeah.
But it was like Vegas hotel, you know? So don't expect like to go to the Aces Stadium for the food.
Yeah, that's true.
You go for the experience.
The experience was amazing though. It was a sold out crowd. The fans were hyped. But it was also Sue Bird's like last regular season game. So there was like a lot of Seattle fans. They were nice. They weren't like rude or anything. So like, I mean, it was honestly 10 out of 10, the best experience I've ever had and I've been to a lot of games. Like I've gone to the Warriors games, I've gone to football games, but the Las Vegas Aces Stadium, honestly the best experience I've ever had at a game before. Honestly.
I still to this day tell people like if you haven't gone to a WNBA game, go. It's fun. Like
the
music is blasted the whole time. You get all the little songs and TikTok dances stuck in your head. Like it is just it's a party. Like it is so much fun. The girls put on a show. Like it's so much better than an NBA. They're not complaining as much. They're grinding it out. The music's blasted the whole time. Like then you have just like all the little side shows. Like it's so much fun. Like you guys have to go.
And let me tell you, the girls really respect you guys as fans because they take their time to actually interact with you guys. And you won't get that at any other professional sporting event. I swear. Like, I've sat where I could get autographs from, like, other players, like, for men's sports. Bro, they just walk right by you. But the girls are always interactive. They're always trying to go out of their way. Yep. And I just respect that. And like I said, 10 out of 10 experience.
I still get excited and happy thinking about that day. Like that was easily probably our favorite day together, like hands down. And we've done some really cool things together, like on some really cool places. So
and it makes it better that we're popping up on social media in that like the YouTube documentary. Like that's cool.
Dude, and it just makes me think, because we were on the YouTube documentary, if you guys watched the Aces one, and it's like what was it? Always remember who you are. And like that moment just like it really like makes you think of like if you just do you and you have fun doing you, like good things happen and you attract good things. And like that day is a perfect example of that. And like
can't wait to go back. Our next trip is hopefully to a playoff game, hopefully a finals game. Can you imagine that? That might top our experience. I don't know, because that experience is still
I don't know.
I don't think anything's gonna top it.
We had the seats, no one was around us, you guys.
Yeah, it was just like it was good.
We got to stand and not worry about somebody behind us like can't see. Like it was just everything about it was just
perfect.
Awesome.
Like you couldn't ask for anything else. Like
especially for your first experience. Like I know I'm going to a Chicago game this year. You guys are going to Phoenix. Like I'm a little nervous to go because I'm like nothing's topping that.
I know. I'm kind of like, but that when we go, we're gonna actually. I'm gonna actually like record everything, like so we can actually like be like, this is the food, this is the drinks, this is our seats. But
take
next
a little
time
bit more time to walk around. We were so excited.
We didn't leave our seats. Period.
We left our seats to use the bathroom, and that was it.
Yeah, we didn't. I couldn't even tell you what this whole stadium around looked like because I just was there the whole time. That's how committed we were. But hey, the next time we go, maybe we'll we'll look around. We'll have a better video, but
we'll calm down a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Well, we just want to tell you guys our experience. Go over some matchups for week 3 fantasy. We hope you guys are winning. I want to know. Brooke sadly is.
I'm not winning, but I hope you're winning.
There you go. That's the positivity we need. But we appreciate you guys' comments for real. You guys reaching out and asking us questions and liking our video. We really appreciate it. We hope we're helping, like we always say. I know some of you guys already won your week 1, so let us know if you won week 2. But yeah, send us questions, like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next week.